with another, live camp here in the belly of the beast, Babylon the Great, which, the majority of these people out here know as the United States of America. But before we get started, as always, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and salutations to you sincere Akim out there, pushing this word of truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe, making brothers and parents to the end, and to the sincere Akwak out there that are diligently learning in silence, Shalom. And hey, we're truly living in some highly prophetic times, the end times, the last days, really the last seconds of the last days. Because as pursuant to Matthew chapter 24, everything Yahushua, the Son of the Most High, whom the world ignorantly refers to as so-called Jesus, told his disciples to look forward, to know that they were living in the last days before his second coming, are either in the process of taking place or taking place as we speak. We're hearing about what? Wars and rumors of wars, which we're going to get, talks of famines, pestilences with what? The birds, the avian scenes. You got earthquakes in diverse places, nations rising against nation, kingdom against kingdom, all these things. But what we're going to start it off with is, the hot topic right now, World War III, which, you can say we're in the beginning stages of. Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh is gathering all these nations like chess pieces to the right places to what? Eventually fulfill the battle in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. The War of Armageddon over in the so-called Middle East, which is really Western Asia.
St. Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. Red letters, it says, "And you shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet."
Hey, we are clearly hearing of wars and rumors of wars. What? A couple of weeks ago, you had strikes from Iran on the 1948ers and vice versa. You got things ramping up in Ukraine, that situation in Taiwan, etc., etc. On a very informative YouTube channel called Red Active, they had a clip from a guy. He was hot. I don't know exactly what his position was, but he was British intelligence, and he was saying, "Look, we're not going to war with Russia. We are at war with Russia right now. And you should expect to see a draft reinstated." And over in Germany, they're talking about reinstating the draft. And a document, a 100-page document was just leaked by NATO, talking about how Latvia should prepare for what? War with Russia. Wars and rumors of wars.
Hey, man, I'm saying, like over there in China, when the students graduate from high school, they make 18 years old, they're automatically eligible to enter into the draft. Happened over there is going to come over here to Babylon the Great.
And can somebody give me, just to back that up, 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verses 33 to 34. Because there will be a draft instituted. And you men are definitely going, and hey, a lot of you women are going to be going too. Because in Germany, they're talking about how the draft is going to be open to women as well. And one of the reasons they're given is because they've gotten rid of gender identity. So they can't discriminate based on whether you're a man or a woman. So everybody's got to put on a flak jacket and go die in a foxhole.
If I may say, World War II in Germany, they put the age limit down to 12 during World War II.
Hey, World War II, that's a beautiful point you brought that up. Because not just that, in the Soviet Union, what they did is they gave somebody about 6 days worth of training and threw them straight to the front line. And the Soviets had women fighting in their army. Hey, there's nothing new under the sun. Women are going to get drafted. Transformers are going to get drafted. You men are going to get drafted. You fucking niggas, you spicks and you tontos that are just sitting around playing Call of Duty. And you're going to be playing the real Call of Duty very soon. Right? And that's going to be your final resting place. And these different battlefields you're going to get sent to, mainly in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Yeah, 16, 33 to 34. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 33. And it reads, "The virgins shall born, having no bridegrooms, the women shall born, having no husbands. Their daughters shall born, having no help." And as it says, the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegroom. The women shall mourn, having no husband. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. It's talking about women, what? Being bereft of men out here. And where are all these men going to go? They're not all going to be passport bros that get drafted and, go fight in World War III, which is what it's about to go into.
Verse 34, in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish with famine.
In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Men get drafted to go fight in World War III. And as it said, they shall be destroyed in it. And which we're going to get it out later, in Joel chapter 2, verse 20, it says their stink shall come up, and their ill savor shall come up. Because especially for you United States military personnel, and you other heathens as militaries that are going to be in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, that's going to be your final resting place. And hey, you ain't going to be getting shit back in a pine box, a pine wood box with a little flag of your country in it. And your body is going to become fertilizer and fulfill Ezekiel chapter 39. You're going to be a feast for the birds and the fowls of the air and these different beasts. But hey, all throughout the scriptures it's speaking of what? Wars, World War III, great death, and destruction. And what did it also say? And their husbands shall perish of famine. There's going to be wars outside of America, and there's going to be wars inside of America. Because what? You've got a lot of these migrants coming across the southern border, and a lot of them ain't coming just to find a better life. A lot of them are trained troops, NATO troops, UN troops, mercenaries from these different countries coming here and waiting to get that call when martial law is enacted here to handle business on you Americans. He looked like an Edomite. One of the brothers that repost those clips, he said he had a vision, a dream, where he was sitting in a movie theater and it was showing the downfall of America as a movie. And he said a lot of those migrants, he said Russian, Chinese, Iranian, which they're saying those are those nations that they're finding coming across the border. They're coming across here in khaki shorts and backpacks. But then once they get here, they get black uniforms, black helmets, AK-47s and RPGs. And he said that they had a disgusted look on their face. What? They had the wrath of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai on them to come and handle business on you Americans.
Right.
That was it on that revelation.
All right. It's Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14. It says the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly.
We know in the scriptures what woe means destruction. So we get the revelation counter.
Yep. Revelation 9 and verse 12. One woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter.
1, 2, 3 woes. World War I, World War II, and World War III, which is quickly coming upon us. And and this is going to truly be the war to end all wars. Because in the midst of World War III, that's when Yahweh Shai is going to make his second coming to what? Save his elect and make war against you heathens. And then after that, he's going to be mop up you, Yahweh Shai and the 144,000 who are fishers of men right now, who in that day are going to be hunters of men in those spiritual bodies, like 144,000 Viltrumites, 144,000 Omni-Men, cracking skulls and breaking backs and taking names. And hey, you nations are not going to live war anymore after that. This is going to be the final hoorah for you nations. Got that?
Back it up. In World War I, you had 17 million that died. World War II had over 60 million died. So in this time, the final World War, what? He said in Revelation 11th chapter, he saw the slain of 7,000. Yeah, 7,000. Yeah, 7,000. All right? Represents the completion of everybody just look dead, man.
What does it also say? A third part of men.
Yep.
Everywhere you Edomites dwell is going to be touched by nuclear missiles. It's just the United States of America is going to be completely wiped off the face of the earth. Right? The death toll from World War III is going to eclipse the first woe and the second woe combined.
How many you said was in the second?
The first one was 17 million, the second was 60 million.
Right, even in America itself, the population, what, 300 something? 300 million? 330 million? this in itself. But you know, they got immigrants been coming over thousands. There's more, so that's over 300,000 right there. So in America. So how much more in Israel? That's gonna get touched too.
Yes.
I'm sure the Lord will have missiles probably hit other parts of the world. And think about all the death that's gonna happen before the missiles, man.
Man, it's safe to say World War II, you gonna have billions die. Right.
Hey,
That's why the scripture says, the slain of the Lord shall be many.
yeah, that's the spirit.
Oh, so they got that
Yes.
Jeremiah 30, I know, 25 or 30, from one end of the earth into the other. Somebody get that book and Bible Bishop. You got your precepts. And that's a beautiful point, you know, the brother just made. Because right off the rip, once those nukes hit, 300 plus million people are going to be dead, which is more combined than World War. That's more combined than any war that's ever been fought in human history, from the ancient world to this present day world.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 25, verse 32. It says, thus said Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation. It says, behold, the book of Jeremiah, chapter 25, verse 31.
And this is about to show that it truly is going to be a world war.
A noise shall come even to the ends of the earth.
The ends of the earth, you know, the four corners of the earth. Because, you know, even in these previous world wars, they were mainly confined to what? The old world, Europe and Asia, while America was untouched in either one. But in this truly world war, the entire planet is going to be touched. God.
It says, a noise shall come even to the ends of the earth, for Yahweh hath a controversy with the nations. He will plead with all flesh.
And you know that word plead, I'm pretty sure it's that same word in Joel 3, shaphat, which means to judge, to punish. So the Most High is not coming with a bouquet of roses and a box of chocolates, you know, asking everybody to, you know, hold hands. He's coming to plead and judge all flesh. For what? The controversy of Zion, the controversy of Israel.
Hey, back you up, I can tell you that within his names. Day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
Right.
The Lord is bringing terror over this land, man. When there's anger for us, hopefully let, okay, to get the hell up out of this place, man. Okay, bro.
Hey, you know, for you scattered my land, you parted my land and scattered my people amongst the nations. The controversy of Zion. When you different nations, as pursuant to Psalms 83, which at the head of that nation is Esau, Edom, you so-called white people have done to the children of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all that rape, robbery, and murder. And what's it saying, Sirach? And by much violence, the kingdom is translated from one people into another. Right? By violence, you got your kingdom, and by violence, your kingdom is going to be translated into our hands.
Right, bro.
Just to back up, so you brought out the point about the Lord. The Lord not coming to talk no more once he makes that dispensation. Right? So this is Isaiah 66 in verse 15. It says, for behold, the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebuke of flames of fire.
And we ain't even talked about the chariots yet.
Yeah.
We've been talking about the missiles, the troops, the M16s, the AK-47. We haven't even talked about the heavenly vehicles of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. The chariots, which are going to get in as well. And, you know, chariot sightings have been, you know, been more and more with each passing year, so much that these different nations have had to say, look, UFOs exist, and we've been knowing about them. And we got to come up with these task forces and ultimately that space force to try to fight against them. That war in heaven in Revelation chapter 12.
Because the scripture speaks about how the chariots and the angels are against this place as well. Right? What is it? Zechariah 5th chapter, this is the curse that goes before the earth. It's a curse, you know? The Edomites and the heathen, the other heathenish nations, they see the chariots. That's just a friendly reminder to let you know that this place is about to be on its way out.
The eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom. What are the eyes of the Lord? The angels in the chariots. We are surrounded by chariots right now. Hey, it was chariots, hey, that caused that storm yesterday.
Right. Yes.
I got a quick piece up.
Let the brother finish.
This is like, it says, this is back up that, you know, responding for please, right? Because the Lord ain't going to talk about, he's talking about where the prophets right now, right? This is Isaiah 66 and 16. It says, by fire and by his sword will Yahweh Hashem Yahushua flee with all flesh, and the slaying of the Lord shall be many.
Fire and by his sword. Nuclear fire, chariot fire. What's his sword? Esau, Edom. It's going to be Edomites that are going to be, sticking them keys in there and turning it to shoot those nukes. The Most High has got everything in its perfect order, getting ready to get that go-ahead to release this great destruction.
What you got, Bob? All right. Just to back up the chairs, how they going to get down there and then walk. This is Matthew 25 and 32. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth the sheep and the goats. He shall set the sheep on his right hand and the goats on the left. The chairs are going to be going. Right? The chairs are going to be here delivering the elect. And the people that are the chairs are not delivering, World of War, Tom Cruise, they're going to be beating you to powder. 2 Ezra 13 chapter, man, it's going to go up in smoke with that concentrated fire, man.
And to back them up with, the sheep and the goats. What does it say about the wheats and the tares? Take my wheats and put it into my barn. The chariots. Well, everything else is in you will get burned up.
So Matthew 13 and 30. Let both grow together until the harvest. And in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them.
If I can say with the reapers real quick, what does it say in Revelation 14? That great sickle that was given to that angel to, take that cluster of the grapes. The Most High, the cluster that the Most High is going to take is the elect, and those other grapes are going to get smashed down. They're going to get stomped on to make that great wine fat, that wine press of death and destruction.
What it say? Let my grape be killed. With purpose label have my made purpose. What's that second Ezra? The 9th chapter. Concerning the Lord's elect. Matthew 13 and 30 latter end, it says, gather ye together the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather my wheat into my barn.
Straight to the point. And over in Europe, you know what they call a bundle of sticks that you burn? You know what they call it? They call it a FAG. Yeah. And what's all over in America? What's America known as? Spiritual Sodom and Egypt. So just like Sodom and Gomorrah was burned with fire and brimstone for that wicked lifestyle, like a bundle of sticks that they were, America, this bundle of sticks is going to get burned like the flags that they are. They're flaming. They're literally flaming. They're flaming up. Hey, flaming and lust for each other. But you get back here, Jeremiah.
Back in Jeremiah 25, verse 31, it says, the Lord shall come even to the ends of the earth. For Yahweh have a controversy with the nations. He will plead with all flesh. He will give them that are wicked to the sword. Saith Yahweh.
To the sword, by fire and by sword shall the slain of the Lord be many. Hey, this is what you're hearing in the Baptist church. When you even breathe, if they even think when you breathe it, you're saying the book of Revelation. They'll say, oh, that's that spooky book. We can't talk about that. They're just telling you to pay your tithes and shut up and eat this catfish. Hey,
Bring your Bible.
hey, Sister Gina needs to come by the house to get a personal, a personal breakdown, a personal broken back for me. And you had, whether it was a real event or not, you had some Jake the other week point a gun at the pastor.
Right.
Hey, a lot of you pastors are about to get that business, not just outside of Israel that knows that they're in the truth, but a lot of you false prophets and shepherds that are in the truth.
Hey, like the guy out there, got that big mega church out there in
Joel Osteen.
out there in Texas, Joel Osteen. Had his whole church shot up, man.
When did a transformer that went in?
Yes.
A Decepticon went. Did Megatron turn into a gun?
Verse 32, it says, thus saith Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast of the earth.
Somebody give me Zephaniah 3 and 8. Papa Bashar. You got it?
Zephaniah 3 and 8.
Reread 32 again.
Jeremiah 25 and 32. Thus saith Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast
chariots, as well as the nuclear missiles. Wars, famines, pestilences, all these things are going to touch the entire planet. You already see it in the news that these different nations are already going through famines and pestilences, and you're just hearing over in America the rumors of it. Oh, we've got the avian sneeze going on, which is leading to a lot of cattle and chicken getting killed off. Now it's jumping to people. So what? Pestilences, lockdowns are brewing up again, which is going to lead to famines, killing all those animals off. All these adverse weather events, destroying croplands. Racial tensions building up. This place, America, is a powder keg. It's ready to just get lit, blow up.
And you talk about the actual that's going around right now. The pestilence that's going around right now. Yeah, that's why it actually, let's say what's on animals, but it actually can go down to the humans right now.
I think they said in Colorado they have suspected that 70 workers in one of those processing facilities may have it. And I believe it was down here in Texas that the first the first case of it with the guy getting the pink eyes took place. Yeah. So hey, it's beautiful. We're prophesying about these things, and we're in Texas. We're the first so-called, not the first ever, but this recent strain that showed up in Texas, just showing how close this thing is, to touching all around us. Because hey, the men of the Lord are going to be in the midst of these things. 1,000 shall fall at thy left hand, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but I shall bring you through it.
Like last night,
to the storm.
The skyscrapers, not like glass out of skyscrapers.
Hey, that sign, look at that sign right behind us, broken, like it fell down and broken. We're in the midst of it. But you get that Zephaniah and finish off with
Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 8. It says, therefore wait ye upon me, said the Most High Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the break. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger, and all the earth shall be devoured with fire for my jealousy.
Straight to the point. The Most High told us to wait. What? Till He's ready to move. That's the faith and the patience of the saints right now. We're doing everything we're supposed to do, just prophesying the word. We don't have to start soup kitchens, go march around the Berkeley Center, wear some combat boots, talk about being a black identity. We don't have to do any of that. All we have to do is simply preach the word.
And not out here preaching the word with a gun in your holster. Yeah. Shit off, man.
And saying that the spiritual powers are going to be weapons of mass destruction. Hey, but what did the next part say? It's my determination to gather the nations. That evil that's going to go from coast to coast and nation to nation. And instead at the end of it to bring that fire, those nuclear missiles, as well as that fire from the chariots.
Back in Jeremiah 25, verse 33. And the slain of Yahweh shall be at that day from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, neither gathered, nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground.
Hey, the slain of the Lord shall be from one end of the earth unto the other. They shall not be lamented or buried. They shall be as dung or shit upon the ground, which a lot of you people, are shit anyway. You're just waiting to get flushed down the toilet. And it's quickly coming.
Yeah. Hey, 2 Ezra 9:22 say, let the multitude bear which was born in vain.
Straight to the point.
It ain't no hope for 2/3 out there. Because what? First and foremost, you don't fear Yahweh Shimei Shai. You're not taking heed to the prophets that the Lord got out. So no escape routes will be given unto you.
You got it out. You got that Isaiah 34.
Numbers chapter 3, verse 3. The horsemen lift up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain, and a great number of carcasses, and there is no end of their corpse. They stumble upon the corpse. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mystery of witchcraft would set up nations through a whoredom and families through a witchcraft.
And we know who that well-favored harlot is. It's talking about, Nineveh. It says Nineveh in Nahum chapter 3, but we know that America is also known as spiritual Nineveh. And it gives you a hint because what? The well-favored harlot, which is what Babylon is called in Revelation 17, that selleth nations on her witchcraft. America is known for, selling these nations through what democracy, feminism, capitalism, all these different isms, which is nothing more than witchcraft going back to these ancient Babylonian, Egyptian, Assyrian customs, which has got the people bugged out here. Greek, Roman, all that, Sumerian, Persian. And what it say at the end of, again, talking about that great slain number.
Yes. Back you up. This second Ezra chapter 15, verse 46, 47, it says, and thou Asia, that art partaker of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person, woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee.
And you know what? You got China out here that's heavily following after the ways of America. You can find it out that a lot of these Chinese businessmen, they buy courses from the little hats, American little hats, on how to run businesses. And we can see, China says they're a communist nation, but what? They have a lot of capitalistic practices. They wear the business suits, they shave their faces, and what? They are heavily pushing for that RFID cashless technology. They're decking themselves in the whoredoms of Babylon, so they're also going to be partakers of this destruction.
Right.
Nukes are going to hit China, famines are going to hit China, pestilences. Hey, back in that Jeremiah 25, the Lord is bringing evil to the ends of the earth. Every place is going to get touched.
Yes. And if I can add real quick, because that's how Yahweh is not going to make his appearance in the east. He said, as the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, so shall also his coming be. Hey, what the scripture say that during World War III, he gonna make his appearance in the valley of Jehoshaphat. In the east, he gonna win that real quick and make his way over here to America. You got that?
Secondary, real quick, secondary chapter 15 and verse 28. Behold, an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east.
Right. You see? And then he gonna come over here. He gonna come over here, and then that's when Revelation 14 kick in. I says those who take that seal and worship the beast, they're gonna be burned in the presence of what? In the presence of the Lamb and in the presence of the angels. That's when he comes to America. That's the end of it. Because he gonna make his appearance in the east, win World War III real quick, like it says in 2 Ezra 13. And then right after that, he gonna fly in the sky, come over here to America. At the same time, missiles coming, beam up his elect. And at the time these elect get beamed up, the missiles gonna hit, and that's when we gonna watch them, Lord willing, where that number get burnt in the presence of the Lamb and in the presence of the angels. You see, so the Lord gonna make us, yes, Jesus coming to America. And that's another thing people got misconstrued. They think Jesus, see, the world watered down our Lord. When people hear the Son of the Most High, they think of Jesus, he saw, come as you are, I want to give you a hug, but he's going the wrong way. You see, but Yahweh side, he coming in his lion form. He ain't coming as the lamb no more. Well, it's a lamb, but he got rams this time. And see, that's going to bring a great shock to the world. One, they're going to be shocked by how he looks. And two, they're going to be shocked by what he's going to do. But if I can get a quick precept out, this Psalms chapter 110 and verse 5. It says, the Lord at thy right hand. Who is the Lord at the Most High right hand? Yahweh Shai. When you go into this chapter, that's what it's talking about. So it says, the Lord at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath. Because one, he ain't worried about the little everyday Edomites we see in the gas station. No, he come and take down the heads first. Because when the heads fall, the whole body gonna fall. So Yahweh Shai want the elites. Then when the elites fall of America, the Rothschild, every government gonna fall. But it says, the Lord at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath. He shall judge among the heathen, and he shall fill the places with dead bodies, man. So from the east to the west, north and south, yes, the one they call Jesus is going to fill the earth with dead bodies. You see? Ain't no way of getting out of it. And it's prophecy, so he got to come do it. He don't even got a choice. It's prophecy, man. You got it. I got one to but I got one to back up what the brother just said, that, he's coming for the kings. You average everyday Edomites, heathens, and wicked Jakes are going to get that business. But Yahweh Shai's main target is what? Bringing down this power structure. This is 2 Ezra 16, verse 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mourning. The beginning of famine and great death. The beginning of wars. And the powers shall stand in fear. And what's it say in Jeremiah chapter 50? The king of Babylon had
why what? They're coming with these anti-semantics bills.
Right.
So we can't preach the scriptures. They're going to try to avert prophecy, but by trying to avert prophecy, they're going to fulfill prophecy. That brings about the famine of the world.
Yes.
We can do nothing against the truth but the war.
Hey, Sean, brother was going into war. Will you jump over to 2 Ezra 15 and 20?
I'm all right there. Second Ezra chapter 15 and verse 20. Behold, said Yahweh Yahushua, I will call together all the kings of the earth.
Right, because the brother was saying, Yahweh Shah, the angels not coming for you regular six-pack crackers that's walking the street and we go to work with, you talk your shit. Yahweh Shah coming to smite the heads. That's the key.
Yeah.
America heads, Europe heads, Israel heads, along with the other nations that have fornicated with the beast. You got it, huh?
Yeah, I got real. I mean, cut you off. But I forgot one last part of that verse. And exactly say heads.
Right.
If I can, real quick. Back in Psalms 126, he shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the places with dead bodies. You got it, huh? And he shall wound their heads over many countries. That's over many crimes.
Right? And the majority of those dead bodies is going to be over there in the valley of Jehoshaphat. And that's going to be you Edomites and you heathen nations. That's going to be your first job as a slave in the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
Okay.
Just to back you up what the brother Quad just said about the crowns, what's it saying? Revelation chapter. You got it? Oh, you got it? You got it.
Can I brother finish that 15 and 20?
Yeah, that's second Ezra.
You can bring it out.
Second Ezra chapter 15 and verse 20.
Yeah, I believe that.
Behold, saith the Lord, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me.
Right, that's the same prophecy that the brother be going into. This is World War III. And we're seeing the gathering of the nations through what the brother mentioned earlier, Israel. Israel is going to drag America into World War III. As it says that the least of the flock shall draw them out. America is going to be drawn out by Israel, even though America is telling Israel to back down. But Israel is going to drag America into war. Along with these other countries that Israel is fighting against in the Middle East, you got the BRICS joining up an alliance to fight against the West. That's Yahweh Bashim Yahushua gathering the nations, but it's the last World War, which is World War III. But before that happened, as our apostle always say, the MOTB got to take place. You got it, huh?
That's the spirit. You just said the BRICS. Who are the main nations? China and Russia. You got a Moabite driving that car behind us, and the Edomite sitting in the passenger seat.
She's a partaker of my hope, huh?
Tundra. What's a tundra? A tundra, I think, it's like it's not good. A tundra is like, I think like a snowstorm or something. A snowball rolling downhill. Hey, I think that was an Edomite name. Right? A Carmanian. You got it.
All right. It says, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Libanians, to turn themselves one against another and repay the things that they have done to them.
Right, so the Lord gonna put the spirit on all these countries and their militaries to fight against each other. And what is the purpose of this? Why is this happening in the planet Earth? It's because of what these other nations, mainly Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, had did to the people you looking at. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You walk in the street and talk about no justice, no peace. We read about your justice and your peace in the scriptures, which is World War III. And Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. World War III is the end of Esau and the beginning of the Israelites ruling the planet Earth.
Yes.
Say the brother was reading about, we're reading about our justice and our peace. That Joel 3 is coming up, it's brewing, which is what that's going into. What World War III is, what the reason for it ultimately is, the controversy of Zion, the controversy of the nation of Israel. It's the Most High's determination to gather you nations down into Western Asia, the Middle East, to flee, to shafet, to judge you for afflicting the apple of his eye. You can read the
2 Nephi chapter 15, verse 28 again. He says, behold, a horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east.
The so-called Middle East, the Eastern world, the Old World, Western Asia.
Yep. Verse 29. Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots.
These Ishmaelite,
Yep.
or so-called
Arab nations. Yeah.
Arabic nations.
Yeah.
Your Iraq, Saudi Arabia,
UAE.
UAE, Yemen, Qatar,
Yeah.
the United Arab Emirates.
Yeah.
All these nations getting geared up, and you've been having Saudi Arabia a lot, playing the fence.
Right.
Or we're doing deals with America, but at the same time, we're talking about doing currency swaps with China. And wait, once Saudi Arabia starts, selling oil outside of that petrodollar, that's just going to be another black eye to the U.S. dollar, which is what this country is built off of, the power of the Federal Reserve note.
Right.
And once that goes, hey, and when it comes, it's going to blow your face all over the street. God, that's all we got left.
Yeah. Hey, remember, America being the eagle, and Iran being that Medo-Persian Empire, which was Iran spoken of Daniel 7 and 8, is pecking that eagle is pecking at that ram. It's going to say that America played a part in that IRGC commander get killed, and the president get killed. That nuclear sign is over in Iran. This is the payback. It's the payback that's coming to America. It says, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Also the Carmanians raging in wrath.
Which the Carmanians were what? Elamites. And when you look at the history of the Carmanians, they're around, Iran. So it's talking about Iran.
Yep. Shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood. And with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians.
And they're gonna, these Elamites, these Iranians, they're gonna join up with some of these different Ishmaelite countries, and what? They're gonna waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians, and that's talking about America. And what, like we were talking about, a lot of those migrants that are coming across the border are Iranian sleeper cells, sleeper cells from these different nations. That once they get that call, they're going to do a lot of collateral damage, TIAST attacks here, and you've already got explosions, explosive actions, and you've already got a lot of Iranian and different nations of sleeper cells embedded in America, working in these colleges, working at the corner store down the street. You may think he's just a car dealership man, but at the whole time he's got a network ready to get the call to handle business.
A lot of these so-called Latinos are actually Middle Eastern. They're Asian.
I think we're about to. Yeah, we're gonna get one more. That's Joel chapter 3, because this is what everything is ultimately culminating into. Is what the battle in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, the War of Armageddon, the main part of World War III, which is quickly coming.
Look at Joel chapter 3.
Yeah. 1 to 3, and then jump down to 9.
Joel chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
And we're living in these days and times. The last days, the last seconds of the last days were what? The elect of the southern kingdom of what? Judah, and the elect of the northern kingdom, Jerusalem, are being brought back together to, worship their power, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, which is shaking this whole world up, turning this world up, right side up.
Right.
Oh, God, man, call the Lord Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai.
You know what I just thought about that? The scripture in 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, says the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. So the lightning that we just heard in the thunder ain't gonna have nothing on the nuclear destruction side. It's gonna be terrible. The scripture says how men's heart shall fail them for fear. There's gonna be a heart attack in the streets of America. You got it, huh?
Hey, back you up. I live on the floor. If the earth shall real to and fro like a drum. Right. That's a rock this place, man. I got it.
And I saw Lucifer fall from heaven like lightning.
Yes.
Like Bison said in Street Fighter. Like lightning!
Right. They said them supersonic missiles can go from Russia to America in 28 minutes. That's Esau beating Satan falling out of heaven like lightning. With the quick.
Babylon gonna be taken down in an hour. 1 hour just that armory being opened up.
Since verse 2.
Isaiah 24 and 20. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drum, and shall be removed like a cutting.
You can break it down there.
So right, those nuclear missiles, man, when they hit the place, the power gonna be so strong to the earth itself. It's gonna, shook out of place, man. It says, and the transgression thereof shall be extra body, and it shall fall without our sin.
And we would have killed Babylon, but she could not be killed.
Back in Joel 3, verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
I will also gather all nations, these heathen nations down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, which means what? Yahweh's judgment in the Hebrew, to plead, to judge, these nations for what? Afflicting the apple of his eye. These so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, his heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations, the transatlantic slave trade, which wasn't just the southern kingdom coming from the west coast of Africa, but you had a lot of the northern kingdom being brought to Brazil, Spain, and other parts of the planet Earth, and parted my land between those Palestinians as well as those 1948ers.
And they have cast lots for my people.
Two states from parts of them parted into two pieces.
And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink.
Slavery. And we know those little hats didn't go into that.
Right.
And getting charged for tax evasion. Getting charged for tax evasion is keep going into slavery. But you can come down to verse 9 and 14.
Verse 9. So bring ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up.
And we're proclaiming this among the Gentiles, the heathen Gentiles, to prepare for what? World War III, war with Iran, the battle in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, the war of Armageddon, and nuclear war. Right? And we see all the mighty men being woken up with these different nations being gathered down into the Middle East, Western Asia, the Valley of Jehoshaphat. And it's already hot over there. Yes. Again, Iran, for the first time ever, shooting missiles at the 1948ers. The 1948ers responding, and it's heating up. And like my boy Richard Mentor said, and you Americans, you 1948ers, it's a different ballgame when you're fighting against men. Y'all just don't got it. Y'all ain't got them stones.
You ain't got the juice.
A lot of y'all got them.
Got it. Y'all got it. So that's coming back to
It's good. Beat your plowshares with the sword, and your fruity oaks with the spear. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about.
Hey, and speaking of let the weak say I'm strong, Arthur just popped up 32 minutes ago. It's off the red fire. Most of it's going to rain ballistic missiles. They have these big nations, the lesser ones who America kicks on, they have nuclear capabilities right now. Right. They're going to fire over here on American soil. Right. Very true.
There's a cause Almighty wants to come down. Those angels holding in the great river Euphrates, holding back this destruction, waiting to get the go-ahead to fully release it, which is going to happen after that MOTV, that CHIP is mandatorily implemented.
Right.
the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The facts overflow, for the wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of Yahweh is near in the valley of decision.
Y'all, and in these prophetic times we're living in, we can clearly see that the day of Yahweh is very near in the valley of decision. Hey, Apostles of Hearts Deep 2024 to be the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, and it's like damn near every day something major prophecy is taking place. Hey, our salvation is near than what we believe. Hey, so to you sincere Akim and Aquat out there, and just keep holding on. We are at the end of this thing. You don't want to lose your crown for anything.
College got football, they say hold fast.
Right.
Hold fast, hold fast.
Hey, coming in.
Pick up where the brother left out, and the Lord got us out here to prophesy and read what's going to happen in this final hour, man. In this final hour, like the brother just beautifully went into it, it's all about America getting nuclear. It's about nuclear warheads going from one hemisphere to the next, all right? That's what we out here for. To come out here and condemn America and give them warning from your high about Shemel Shine, tell you what's going to happen before it happens. Start off with you got something? All right, come on.
This is Isaiah 54, in verse 16. It says, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
All right, the Lord had these scientists, these Edomite scientists in laboratories splitting atoms, all right? Putting plutonium and what's the other one? Uranium together, making these wicked concoctions, abominable filth that can do what? It can lay continents desolate. It can lay cities desolate, all right? But the Lord gave them that technology. We looked at that movie, Oppenheimer, and he had dreams in his sleep while he was laying up on his bed, according to the book of Job, and then the Lord gave him the knowledge to do what? To split that fucking atom, to create these weapons of you know what kind of destruction. Bring it out.
It says, bring it forth an instrument for this work.
All right, hey, this is the time that all of these missiles in these silos, all right, and we're going to go into Ezekiel 38 too. All these missiles in these silos, these scientists are not just cleaning them up and wiping dust out of them. All right, they're created for appointed time, appointed date. All right, to bring in the utter destruction of the so-called white man. What did the Lord say? Give Esau in Genesis, what that is, 37? When he told him, he give you Esau say, what did you have for me, my father? 27. All right? He gave him that sword. And the Lord told Peter what? You live by the sword, you die by it. So that really wasn't no blessing. The Lord had him in a trick bag. It really wasn't no blessing with the Lord giving him that damn sword. Bring it on.
It says, I have created the waster to destroy.
Yeah. The Lord created these missiles to lay lands desolate. And here in America, this is going to be the forbidden zone, man. Right. All right. You're not going to know one line from the next, one state from another. It's going to be a desert. All right. A place for creeping things. Whatever could last a nuclear holocaust. And that's going to be roaches, crows, so on and so forth. All right. That's all it's going to be over here. Life will never be over here again. Bring it out. Hey, real quick. No. Hey, real quick. When that on August 1945, when that Hiroshima and Nagasaki atomic bomb was dropped, that's when Oppenheimer looked at it and made those famous quotes. Right. I am become death, the destroyer of the world. Yeah. He was actually bragging on it, like, okay, I'm the one that's doing it. But what is red? And out there,
How much Star Wars? Ultimately making words known too. You know, that they're actually sitting in these labs and making these things. Because when we went out a couple months ago, when this Edomite walked up, right? And she was like, y'all the prophets go prophesy something. She was prophesying about a speakerphone and we didn't even know what she was on, right? So I looked at her and I was like, well, you know, America about to be loose by thermal dimension and the guy on the phone is Edomite. Top to the Edomite, right? He was like, wait, what did those guys just say? And I repeated myself, he was like, I'm working on the nuclear project right now. You know? And that's what your head up and it do his, but we ultimately let it be known that you're doing this for the bitten in the will of Yahweh Shemel Shah.
And we had a guy come to camp some weeks ago say he make them warhead. So yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy.
Give Revelation 27. Bring that one out first.
Revelation chapter 20, verse 7. And it says, and when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison.
All right, those 1,000 years expired around the end of the 1300s, beginning of the 1400s, where the so-called white man was in slavery during the so-called Dark Ages. All right? And this is what's going to happen when he crawled out of his abyss. The Lord let him out of his abyss for a little season to do one thing. Bring it out.
Verse 8, and shall go out to deceive the nations.
All right, and the way he's going to do to deceive the nations is put all of them in the mindset that for you to be a world power, you got to have what? A nuke. Every country wants to get that a nuclear warhead. All right, and they think they're going to tell people who can get them and who can't. Man, this brother was talking the other day. I didn't even know Netherlands had nukes, man. That's you would think that's an insignificant country, but they got nukes, man.
No milk to do.
Yeah. Turkey has like 50 nukes, man.
Yeah, a lot of those countries, that's Babylonian stations in that country.
Yes, yes. Oh yeah, in Babylon, America wants the nukes back to Turkey, and they said we're not giving them back. They're ours now.
Yeah.
So what does that do? You got 50 nukes. Now you are moving in shaker. You was once weak. Now you do what? Talk shit. Now you was, hey, those that are weak, they are strong. All right?
Even then, Danny Yellen from America, she went to China, from the IMF, and she went to China and was like, hey, y'all don't get no weapons, stop taking Russian weapons. Then they look at that bitch and started laughing at her. Now, look, in the past, America can send a representative, say stop doing this or start doing this, and they'll do it.
They'll do it.
Man, she went there and said stop getting weapons from Russia. They looked at that bitch, laughed at her, and told her to get up out of here. We ain't listening to y'all no more.
Back you up. America had one of those State Department guys, Anthony Blinken, go over there too. And immediately after their meeting, they caught the Chinese president off camera saying, "When's this guy leaving?"
Right. They go into the book of Obadiah, if I may. The book of Obadiah says that thou despised amongst the nations. You go to that word despise, it means to be looked down upon. So America being this exalted country is being brought down. Why? Because now Mother Russia is backing up these smaller countries.
Isaiah 47, uncover the locks, make bare the legs, expose it. When somebody gets exposed to being malicious and being wicked, what do the people around that's been looking better do? They lose respect for it.
Right.
All right, and that's what's happening with America. These other countries, they're held in high regard. They're now losing respect for it, but it's all because of prophecy. This has to happen. Bring it out.
And it says the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, God and make God.
That's what the Lord let these Edomites come out of slavery to do. The Lord has raised this devil up to usher in World War III. What they get that in Isaiah 38, around Gideon 13, 17? Isaiah 13, 17. Yeah, bring it out real fast. It's Isaiah chapter 13, and verse 17. 13. Yeah, right here. Right here. It's Isaiah chapter 13, verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the knees against them. He's wrestling.
Right.
All right? The Lord let this devil come out of his abyss, and let America become the greatest country on the earth. All right? Evil divided can't stand. All of these people, the world powers are Edomites, but what is the Lord going to make them do? Raise swords against each other. And he wants America to do what? Come out of their abyss, stir up the need. All of this is prophecy. Russia is in the news daily, and Vladimir is just threatening nuclear war every time he gets before a fucking camera.
Hey, right.
This is prophecy being fulfilled.
Hey, this from Newsweek. Niggas show this in the camera. See that? It's from Newsweek.com. It says Russia can destroy the U.S. in 1 hour. You got that right.
And this is what we're reading. All right? Russia is God and made God. All right?
how many millions of people gonna die, and when they shoot us, how many millions of our people gonna die.
Right.
No one wins. No one wins.
They had a term during the Cold War called MAD, mutually assured destruction.
Yeah. Bring that up. So we see that the Lord says in the final hour, he's going to raise up these Russians to wreak havoc on the planet Earth and destroy America. Here goes 38, Ezekiel 38.
In Ezekiel chapter 38, in verse 1, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against God in the land of Magog.
All right, so the Lord prophesied 2,500 years ago that he was going to put a spirit on the people that dwell in their land, Gog and Magog. Gog and Magog are really sons of Japheth. All right, so when you understand things spiritually, all right, in these modern times, the people that are in their land are who? These Russian Edomites, man. All right, bring it out, brother.
And it reads, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal,
Come on.
and prophesied against him.
All right, so the Lord told the prophets to come prophesy against his people because, according to Revelation 13th chapter, all right, the Russians is going to be the Edomites' last hurrah. Right? All right, that's when they do the final countdown. Their last stand is going to be these fucking Russians. All right, bring it out.
Back in Ezekiel 38, verse 4, and it reads, verse 3, Salaki, and say, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal.
Come on.
Verse 4, I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaw.
All right, and right now, all right, from the 1980s, I'll say to 2014, right, 15, right, Russia been chilling. They hadn't been in their Cold War spirit. They hadn't been making no noise. All right, no, the end of the 1980s. I say from about 91 to 2015, they really wasn't making no noise. But what did the Lord do? He put them back in their Cold War spirit. All right? Now they're raised up and they're talking shit. All right? They're talking about going to war. Look, here's how they put the hooks in his jaw. They went and annexed Georgia, Russia, right? That was ours. Look, taking that shit back. They went to the, what's the other place they went and took back after Georgia? Crimea. They took Crimea back, all right? Now they're in the Ukraine, all right? And what are they doing? They said we get all our land back, the whole USSR. We want all our shit back, okay? So they're back in that old ancient spirit when they was all one nation. They wasn't annexed, culture hegemony, all that bullshit, all right? And the Lord got them in the spirit where Vladimir is like, he did their history lesson.
Yes, he gave with Tucker Carlson.
With Tucker Carlson, he gave the history of Russia. He said, look, man, all of us was once together. He said, all of this was once Russia. So the Lord can put the spirit on them to get back in that old USSR spirit. And he said, anybody that's interfering in our fucking business is an act of war. And who is doing it? NATO, the EU, all right? So what do we got? A nuclear holocaust. The West. You got it, brother.
If I may add, Elder, that goes back to the Revelation 20 and run about verse 8 about Gog and Magog.
What's that?
Oh, finish it off. God. Magog means land of God. So he's going to get his land back.
Yeah.
Gog is going to get his land back. So Gog and Magog, they're going to fight against the West.
It was on RT News a couple weeks ago, and Putin came out and said, like the brother just said, he fighting against the West, but he actually used the word beast. He said, and guess who make up that? NATO and the EU. But he wasn't talking specifically about the EU at the time, he was talking about NATO and America.
And Russia's not a part of that beast system, man.
No, he's not, man.
He has nothing to do with that. Right. Okay?
Hey, real quick.
When they say, who will make war against the beast?
Right.
Russia.
Yep.
All right? That's who's going to make war with the beast, man. You got it, brother. And our great king, of course.
And speaking of the USSR, Russia's missile defense system is called Dead Hand, Operation Dead Hand.
Right.
That was created during the Soviet Union.
Wow. Did you see that interview with Tucker Carlson? He was both. He said, look, I'm just tell you straight up. He had the interpreter.
Yeah.
You know, he said, look, I'm going to tell you right now, there's no nation under the sun that can deal with our technology. He said he was both. He was like, nobody's missile defense system can stop us. He said we are far past every other nation.
And check this out. So, and brothers, look it up. Operation Deadhead, that's what it's called. That's how it works. Now, mind you, it was created back during the USSR. Even if America or any other country shoot missiles on Russia first and they hit and everybody get wiped out, without anybody pushing that button, it's fully autonomous. As soon as a nuke get released, I don't know how, that's the Lord gave them that, but He gave them a scientific tool in the earth to where it's going to let off Russian nukes without anybody pushing the button. It's called Operation Deadhead.
Brother, we look at it. We look at the history challenge. When you have nuclear war, everybody got to let all their missiles go. You can't save it. You have to let everything you got go because if they hit yours and the silos be destroyed. So when missiles be flying out, everybody on both sides have to let all their missiles go. Right. And you're right, the Lord did that.
Spare none.
Yeah.
You want to say something about it? No, it was a woman. She had gathered information and intel from all the nuclear scientists that built the nuclear system. It's systems that's around these different countries. So once the missiles get shot off, the systems that's in the ground go off, and they missiles let off in defense to the other countries' missiles get set off. So it's gonna all happen simultaneously. You got it,
Yeah. And they got, when you get on YouTube, they got these little simulations, and they show you what would happen if the nuclear holocaust goes. And it's like a little graph. It just shows missiles coming from both sides of the hemisphere crossing each other. All right? And what did the Lord say in Joel, the 2nd chapter? None of those missiles are going to hit each other. Every place is going to make its mark. None of those missiles are going to be wasted because the Lord is in those missiles. And you can break it down, right?
This is Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 22. A sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. Verse 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken down? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? And that's what we're about to see. All right? Sticking to the prophecy. All right? This double Esau even be soon taken up out of receipt. Okay? And what makes it so great is everyone isn't waiting. All right? Everyone has their pride set upon, this devil getting up out of here, which we know Russia, they can't fuck with Russia. They can't fuck with Russia, but ultimately who's gonna trump all of that? Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai gonna take Yahweh Shai, and ultimately, brothers was pointed to how it's so beautiful that it's gonna be so many missiles, right? To get to go and access to this place, and that brings so much fear. So that's why pride among the heathen is wrapped up among all of them, right? But that proves and shows us how much Yahweh Shai is gonna show off once he get here. Right? Everybody in fear of the missiles and things of the nature of when Yahweh Shai and the angels show up, that's gonna make that shit look like nothing.
The technology of the missiles. All right. When you read 2nd Ezra 13th chapter, all right, you read Zechariah 14th chapter. Let's look at the difference between those two technologies. All right. When the chariot hits you, what happens? You go poof. But when the missiles hit you, according to Zechariah 14th chapter, you melt. So which one is stronger? The one that disintegrates you and turns you into power. Right. All right? So the Lord's power is still greater than Esau's greatest power, man. You got it, bro.
Wrapping that up in Ezekiel 38 and verse 4.
Read it again. I got something for that.
And it reads, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaw.
Yes. So previously, the brother read in Isaiah 13 and 17 about the Lord said he would stir up the leaves. It's that word stir in the blue letter Bible. It's H5782. Earth. It says to rouse oneself, to awaken. The Lord what? He stirred them up to awaken. Same thing he said right here. Instigate. Lord before. Go to verse 4. The Lord is instigating World War III. He's putting the spirit, what it say? In Proverbs, it says, the heart of the king is in the hand of the Lord. He turns wherever which way you go. All right? When you read about, in the book of Daniel, when he told Daniel, look, man, your prayer came up, but he said, the king of Persia, what was he doing with the king of Persia? He was working on his mind. To do what? To get him to go to war. To bring in his time and demise. The Lord is letting know his son. He's doing that right now with the kings of the earth. You got it, brother. Silence. Yes. Isaiah 13 and 4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains. Come on. Like as of a great people. Come on. A tumultuous tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations.
When you go in the word tumult, it's talking about kicking up dust, all right? Making beef,
Yes.
making shit happen. That's what the Lord is doing. He's bringing a tumult amongst the kings of the earth.
The Lord is messing.
Yes, brother. Bring it out.
But Exodus 13, Exodus 3, 15. Yeah. It says, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustered the host of the battle.
The Lord is making this happen, man. The Lord is putting the spirit on the kings of the earth to totally destroy one another. Man, look, these kings of the earth are not dumb men. To rule the nation, you have to have somewhat intelligence to get an economy, all right, to get a money system, to feed all the people in your nation, all right? What's going on where you have these intelligent men ready to shoot at one another, and they know that everybody they know is going to die, all right? So their intelligence is just leaving. They're being controlled. If I was a king, I wouldn't go for a nuclear war at all. My people's going to die, all right? But the Lord is going to put the spirit on them and say, fuck them. They're going to press the button, we're going to press the button, and we can't wait. We need this to happen. So the kingdom of heaven get up.
Right.
You can bring your piece up. You can bring your piece up after him.
Isaiah 13, verse 5 and 6. It says, they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, and the weapons of his indignation, to destroy the whole land. You got it, bro. That whole land is talking about over here in America, man. All right? So when you read Zechariah 13 and 8, it says, two parts of it shall be cut off and die. Okay? That's over here in the land. It speaks about that word land in that same passage. It's over here in America. Simultaneously, destruction happens and salvation happens at the same time. All right? It's the last verse. Verse 6. Call ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Brother y'all read earlier, man. It's the Lord's determination to do this thing, man. It's coming from him. Okay? His spirit is going to be inside of those ICBM weapons. When you look at Russia and Ukraine over there, I got it like again. When you look at Russia and Ukraine, you see those chariots flying over there, man. Video services with chariots flying over there. Around the nuclear reactors also. The chariots have power to deactivate nuclear weapons. And cut them on, and cut them on.
Real quick, when you look at it, when you focus on that word determined, anybody that's determined on anything, nothing's going to stop your heart. Nothing's going to stop you from making it take place, right? Now, the Lord determined determinations to gather, first and foremost, the elect. But it says that when he's going to gather the heathen, so what? Brothers read it earlier, the Lord got a perpetual hatred for the heathen. And it's going to be shown how he, man, make this place better.
So big. So big.
You got it, brother. You can break it down.
Proverbs chapter 21, verse 1. So that make up the elder. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So like the elder going into. These kings don't have a choice in whether or not they're going to go into the Lord, because it's already written. Hey, the word of the Lord doesn't go out void. So they're going to push that button. Like the brother brought out, the operation dead. So whether they want to or not, those buttons, hey, those are going to fly. And they're not going to miss their target.
And what's going on there? It's inevitable. It's inevitable.
It's inevitable. It's nothing you can't offset prophecy. It's going to happen.
And speak about that in the book of Job. When you go into Job, you say the Lord the instructions. You know, so he's gonna work, man. The angels gonna be working upon the minds of these people to what? Fulfill the will of the Lord.
Ezekiel 38, in verse 7 in the NLT, it says, get ready, be prepared. Keep all the armies around you mobilized and take command of them. A long time from now, you will be called into action in the distant future.
Oh, damn.
This is back what the brother said. So it's prophesied that this World War III is going to take place. All right? Especially over in the land of Jehoshaphat. You got God the men, God stirring, the media getting stirred up. They're gathering their armies together. You got all other small nations, they're gathering their armies up together as well. All right? So the Lord said what? In the near future, they're going to be mobilized. We're going to get that.
We're gonna get that. Hold up, let him get his piece up first. We're gonna get that. Yeah. This Isaiah 55 and verse 10. I saw that 10, right? It says, "For as the rain cometh down and the snow from heaven, and returning not thither, will water the earth, right, fulfilling its purpose, and make it bring forth the bud, that it somewhere to lie city. You know, so nobody can go against the will of Yahweh to y'all.
All right? The Lord gonna make a land desperate. He's determined to do it. He's gonna make it happen. You got it, bro.
Back in that Ezekiel, chapter 38.
And he's gonna make these nations confederate, all right? Because when you have a world war, you're gonna have some nations on this side and some nations on this side. We're about to go into Russia's allies. Check it out.
It says in the NLT, give him this message from the sovereign Lord. Now, God, I am your enemy. I will turn you around and to look at your job and lead you out with your whole army.
That's already happened. God has put the spirit on Russia to do what? Lead their army into Armageddon. All right? President Putin is being controlled right now to bring a nuclear holocaust here to America.
Yes.
He's already made up his mind. All right? Bring it up.
The Lord made up his mind for him.
Yes, brother.
Hey, me and the brother did a video on it. Putin walking around on that whole nuclear panel, and they had the actual button right there. With the telephone, you know, they got the DEFCON, yeah, they got the red phone right there. And he actually showed it to him. And through a small window, when he pressed that button, he can actually see what's spoken of in that Isaiah 34 chapter. That mushroom cloud. They showed a simulation on it.
I want to tell you how fucked up America is, man. Over there in Russia, they have bunkers for the everyday citizens. Right. They have a nuclear holocaust. They got places where the everyday citizens can go and rush in and get some type of sanctuary. Right. Over here in America, what do you have? You got to be elite for that. It's time to, if you're not an elite, you're dead. America hates the inhabitants of its own nation.
They showed you that on that movie 2012 back then. You know, when they was going into the ships to get up on the water, you had to have their breath to get on there.
If you had to be a billionaire, you had to be a fucking billionaire. You got it, right?
Back in Ezekiel 38, it says, your horses and chariots in full armor and a great horde army with shields and swords. Persia, Ethiopia.
Right, you got Russia, you got Iran. All right, these are the nations that are going to be confederate with Russia. These Iranians, all right, they got their scientists coming up with nuclear missiles. They have all that shit you see on TV is political theater. Iran has nukes. Iran knows if we're going to shoot missiles at Israel, what we got to have? Nukes, all right? They know, they do their logistics beforehand. All right, they just shot at Israel, so they know what that's going to lead to. Bring it out.
It says Ethiopia and Libya.
What Libya? All right, these Hamitic nations.
Islamic.
Yeah, Islamic nations. You got it, brother. Yeah. Like what Libya is.
Yeah. Back in 2020, they have what's called nuclear watchdog. So nuclear watchdog was one of those spies in the monopoly zone caught America caught Russia smuggling nuclear ICBM missiles to Libya. Okay? I did a video on it. All right? So, yes, it's etched in stone. That's news and prophecy.
And look what America did to Libya.
Yep.
They just decimated their whole country. When you look at pictures of Libya before Obama and after Obama, it looked night and day. Right? They fucked over like they fucked over Fallujah. Bring it out, brother.
Yep. And you had, like, we read that, I think it was 5 countries that they had invaded in 7 years, and Iran is the last one on that list. So you can expect an invasion real soon.
But when they go in Iran has the Trump card according to prophecy.
Yes.
And we just read Persia.
Yeah.
All right? Who started calling the Persians Iranians? So-called white man? Was it Israel or America? I think it was America.
Yeah.
I agree it off.
And it reads, Britain or France was one of those powers. After World War I, you had something called the Sykes-Picot Act, which is what split up the Middle East into those different countries because it was before World War I, it was the Ottoman Empire. And after the Ottoman Empire collapsed in World War I, those European powers broke it up and created those imaginary boundaries to have those countries you have today.
Why, bro?
Back in Ezekiel 38, it reads that Libya will join you too with all their weapons. Rome and all his armies will also join you.
Rome, that's Germany, right? That's Turkey. All right, bring it up.
Along with the armies of
And Turkey, and guess what? Turkey has has their missiles. Turkey has their ICBMs, man. All right? Turkey has 50 nukes on deck. Bring it out. And it says, well, they told America you're not getting them back. Yes.
along with the armies of Togomar from the distance north,
Come on.
and many others.
All right? So all of these countries that are going to participate in World War III, they're going to have nuclear missiles, all right? And it's going to tell you why they're going to have them. Bring it out.
There it is, verse 7. Get ready, be prepared, keep all the armies around you mobilized, and take command of them. A long time from now, you will be called into action.
All right, and when you read it in the KJV, it says be a guard unto them. So for America to be a guard unto Germany, all right, something's going to happen where Germany's going to leave the EU, according to prophets, all right? So for America to be a guard unto Ethiopia, Libya, not America, Russia to be a guard unto them, what does Russia have to do? Supply them with uranium and plutonium and missiles, man. You ain't going into World War III and you don't have no missiles. So Iran gonna have them, Libya gonna have them. Anybody join to Russia, Russia is gonna be like the big dog. Here you go. If you go to war in the hood, and you the big dog, all your soldiers, what you gonna do? Here you go. Go do your shit. You know? And it's some beautiful times we're living in. I don't want to wrap this out with those men. We want to live the city, see the downfall in it. All right? And I don't want to wrap this out. We get beaten up on these chariots. Right. Because the chariots are going to get busy. Right about it on earth. You can get that. You can get that where I find the chapter. The chariots, during all this missiles flying to and fro, the chariots are going to be busting people up left and right, man. All right? Ain't no fucking science fiction. What Esau do when he make all these movies? No, these are the vehicles where the powers travel in and do the Lord's bidding. We see them all the time. We see them all the time, man. When you see a floating star or a so-called shooting star, those are chariots, man. Yes. Bring it out, brother.
This is Zechariah.
What these so-called UAPs. Okay.
This is Zechariah chapter 5 and verse 1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes, and behold, a flying robe. And he said unto me,
a flying robe, the so-called white man calls it a flying saucer. All right, Zechariah saw this looking in the heavens. All right, this is what he has to say about it. Bring it out. Ezekiel also saw it in Ezekiel, the first chapter. Bring it out.
Everything to think about, real quick, think about half the first chapter.
Yeah.
You know, O.G. Galilee, when he stand up, engage.
Because they saw him go up.
The same way he left is the same way he will come back. Right? Continues on, it says, and he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying robe. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Yeah, 10 cubits. Then he said unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth.
All right, the Lord said these chariots are going to be a curse, but they're not going to be a curse until the people on the sign, man. The elect of the people on the sign. It's going to be cursed to the wicked, man. All right, because when you read 1 Thessalonians, the 4th chapter, when they say you will get beamed up in a twinkling of an eye, that's not a curse to those people that's getting beamed up on their father's ship. All right, it's a blessing to them. So it's a curse to the inhabitants of the earth, anybody that's outside of the temple, man. All right, bring it out.
Because who's talking about the chariots, the angels?
Yes.
Right? The scriptures speak about how the Lord will keep the angels encamped around about these who will protect them. So they got our best interest, right? Continue on, it says, but then he said unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth from over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth, shall be cut off.
Everybody that's stealing, keep Exodus 21 and 17, 21 and 16.
This is Exodus 21 and 16. And he that stealeth the man and selling him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
All right, the tribe of Judah is stolen property. What did Hitler say about the so-called Negroes in America? Yeah, you have the precious Jews. You have the Lord's precious Jews. You got stolen merchandise. Yes. All right? You got stolen merchandise. So what the Lord say going to happen when you have stolen merchandise?
Well, hey,
what's the penalty for stealing? Bring it out.
It says, or if
stealing a man. Yep.
Or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
All right, so we're still in the hands of our captors. We're the descendants of our ancestors who were bought here on cargo slave ships against their will. We are stolen property. And our Lord say the penalty for that is you can put to death because we're still in the hand of our captors. We don't want to hear that shit. Well, we didn't do it. our ancestors do it, we should be penalized. You don't understand time and judgment. All right? That check that your ancestors carried, you gonna pay that fucking bill.
Right. And if I might add, you don't even know. According to the scriptures, you are your ancestors. Reincarnation.
Yeah.
You came back throughout the third and fourth generation. You had slaves. You beat Jake. You hung, lynched them. You did all that, but you don't remember. But when the prophets get raised up, new bodies, we gonna remember exactly who you are. You're gonna have to pay for everything that you've done.
Bring it out, brother. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers. Bring it out, huh? Hey, that's what it says. Hey, prepare slaughter for his children so you can escape judgment. That time is going to be passed down. That they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. That was the main point, prepare slaughter. You can't escape judgment. Hey, you took us into slavery, and it says in Revelation 13 and 10, hey, you must go into captivity. Be killed with the sword, and you must be killed with the sword. Right? It's the perfect balance. Hey, we have a righteous judge, and Yahweh Hashem Yahweh.
Hey, the scripture in Baruch 3, they say we are yet to be in our captivity, and we bore the iniquity of our forefathers. Now, we are the chosen nation of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh, so you got to be out of your fucking mind. If you believe that we had to go through it and remember all the things that we did, and you don't, and the Lord hates you.
Jeremiah 49.
Come on, yeah.
Those that weren't supposed to drink of the cup have surely drunk it.
Hey, and you know, with this Western satanic philosophy, we didn't do it. That's why we bring out these precepts in the mind of a simpleton. We didn't do it. All right? But it is written in Ezekiel the 18th chapter, the sins of the father, the son should be dealt for the sins of the father. All right? You gotta know that in its right perspective. All right? The reason you Americans are gonna get judged for your ancestors, you fall into the affliction. If you was righteous, you would get back what you stole. But if your father built a foundation and you built up off that foundation, all right, the founding fathers are dead. Guess what? Their descendants has built this bitch up greater than what the founding fathers did. So you are indulging in benefits from the sins of your father. All right, this is Ezekiel 33 and 15. If the wicked restore the pledge, give again what he hath bribed, walk in the statutes of life without committing iniquity, he shall surely live, he shall not die. Some kind of white man and these Americans are not doing that. Give Gad his land back. You ain't going to do it. Right. You're not going to do it. All the resources you got from the Aztecs, the Incas, and the Mayans, all that Aztec gold, give it back. They're not going to do it. So you got to be judged. You got to be judged.
Jeremiah 49. Well, what thus says Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. Behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have surely drunk it. All right, let's go into Israel, man. We drunk of the cup. All right, but he said whose judgment was not to drink of the cup because the world was playing for our sakes. You know, we the apple of one side's eye. You know, so we above all these other nations, right? But we went off. We drunk the God's statutes and commandments. Right? So it says, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. Right? So who is that? Well, this is Esau. Right? Esau Edom. Right? Look, they're going to have to drink the cup, which consists of being in bondage. All right? Going into slavery, man. And paying for laying their hands on the apple of both sides out. You know?
That's what and it's gonna prove, and it's gonna prove too, going back it up, the octave was born into, it's gonna prove to show that you can't run away from your judgment. We could, right? We'll put in remembrance, so you can be put in remembrance too. Go ahead.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him.
Yeah, you see, this is the finale. The clouds are going into what the chariot. So when our Lord makes that that second coming, what does it say?
He says, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him.
That's right. And it says what? Continue.
Revelation chapter 22 and 12. And behold, it's in red, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be.
That's right, to render. Right, to give a recompense. All right, with the righteous, what will ultimately be given that white stone. Lord willing, we'll be elect. Right? We have to go out. All right, the world of existence. But to everybody else in the earth, you're going to get a flat stone, man. All right, everybody else is going to see judgment. Okay? Let's get all 2 Peter 2 and
1 Peter 2 and 12. It's like 1 Peter 2 and 9. But ye are a chosen generation.
Yeah, this is talking about the Israelites. All right, we are chosen generations, and it's even more beautiful, right? Seeing that what in these latter days, as it was prophesied, that we turn back to our God. Go ahead.
A royal priesthood.
Yeah, royal. All right, it comes with a mindset. All right, everything has to be changed once you come back to the truth. Okay? Go ahead.
And holy nation.
Yeah.
A peculiar people.
Yeah, peculiar people above everybody. Yep. So that cuts out all Christians, right? But peculiar makes you think about that Deuteronomy 76 above all the other people.
Yes.
All right? All the other nations.
Yes.
And brother Sister. Go ahead.
If I may add, that's a direct quote that Peter is getting from Deuteronomy 76. This proves that this ain't talking about Christians. This ain't talking about the whole world. This talking about specifically Israelites and the elect in these times.
Yeah, because the elect makes up that spiritual house. Right? Go ahead.
Yep. That ye should show forth the praise of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
Yeah, and with that marvelous light, right, we're able to see what the man, I know brother told you know, we can have a 2 or 5 about the shop. Okay? Matter of fact, you was on at the top. All right, us being called into the lights have been flicked upon this place, man. All right, to see all the wickedness. All right, going back in the Revelation talked about what? The eye cell. All right, we've been quickened. All right, that's why our brothers are on fire. Right, because what Yahweh watching outside have the spirit upon us so we can prophesy the downfall of these wicked ass people.
Let your light shine before men.
Right. And who's he talking about?
Talking to the text.
That's it.
Be a light to the Gentiles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
Oh, that's a whole nother video there, bro.
My brothers in Boston said, "Con."
Oh, man.
You got the phone there?
Oh, that was it on.
You sure? Go ahead.
1 Peter 2 and 10. Which in time past were not a people.
There you go. So going into what? How we went into Hellenism. All right? We broke away. We begin to be what? Gentiles. All right? And it speaks about in the first Corinthians chapter. Go ahead.
But are now the people of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
Hosea 1 and 10. 1 and 10. Bible Bishop.
Yes.
All right? We are now the people. All right? We spoke about that in the book of Baruch 2 and 30, man. How in the latter days, we would get the name Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and call upon it, man. All right? Crying also that what? We can be redeemed in the times to come.
Yes.
Not everybody's doing it. Go ahead.
Hosea chapter 1 and verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Yashala shall be as the sand of the sea.
That's right. Innumerable. Going back to the Lord told Abraham. Showing that what? The Lord keep his word.
Yes.
All right?
Bound by his word.
He's bound by his word. The Lord said what he was doing promise. And we're saying like the last word, we shall no more be driven. All right? When we get far back, we're not going to be the lowest, man.
In the land of that captivity, they shall remember themselves.
Yeah. And they should what? Think upon
our name.
Their name. But the name's the key, man. All right? You got to have the truth. In order to repent and turn to the Lord, you got to have the name.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right. It says,
Most High Christ bears does you no justice.
that's weak ass shit. Right. The Lord not dealing with that weak ass shit, man.
Right.
Showing that the curse is still on J too. Say you're gonna be driven into a land neither you nor your fathers have known, right? And you gonna come upon strange gods.
Yeah, with even
Okay.
wood and stone.
Yeah, even with good stone.
Right. And it speaks about that in the opening of Sirach, about how the power in that in the Hebrew. Right. Okay. Real quick. Hosea 1 and 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered.
Right.
And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people.
That's right, man. We got to talk weak. All right, because this starts with us first. All right, we got to keep it a step. We was following these other gods. We was all caught up in some bullshit, eating BS, right? Carried away with what the cares of this world. But it took the spirit of Yahweh trying to quicken us to ultimately place us where we're at now, man. Go ahead.
Yep. It says,
And that's prophecy.
yeah,
That's prophecy being fulfilled.
Jeremiah 17:4 said we should discontinue in our heritage.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I got an article.
Yeah, when you look at how the Lord got to show the prophets, these visions, all right, the prophecy, even Jeremiah, knowing and they're just looking how low our people is, we get to visualize that today. You know? You get to see it, how Jake fucked up, you be like, nah, damn, we done failed Lord. But it comes a point to where we're not lifting up a cry for you niggas no more. All right? Because the Lord done warned you, man. Go ahead. This is the book of Revelation.
Hold on. Can I read this article that I have? Real quick. It says, Negro who can write Hebrew. It says he is deaf and dumb and comes from an African town. A young African Negro has been in this city for the last few days who claims to be a Hebrew. He is deaf and dumb and as black as the ace of spades. It says he carries a pad of paper with him and answers all questions by writing them in the Hebrew Lashawan Kadash.
Woo! Yo, that's it. Yo.
It says what exits the most wonders is that he writes in the Lashawan Kadash very rapidly. It is the language of the book of Moses, and it's made as a special study of spoken and writings. Okay, with an easily only it goes on with the rabbi who is highly educated in the Hebrew.
Right. And hey, guess what? He already a target too. He a target too for knowing that Hebrew. Hey, the scriptures speak about how this devil will come down with great wreck. All your history, your IP address, you upload videos, they come and get everything. All right? Because they know that they got a short time, man. They can get Revelation 11 and
I don't know if you mentioned it, but Isaiah 19 goes into us getting the Hebrew back. You mentioned it?
No.
Yeah, Isaiah 19 goes into us getting the Hebrew back in Egypt. That's that same place of what I was just reading about in Hosea.
Right.
But it was prophesied for us to be completely to go off, but we fulfilling that part being woken in our captivity. Remember, even Moses prophesied about that, man. But you got it out.
The book of Revelation, chapter 11, and verse 11. And it reads, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them.
Yeah, enter into the cause of elect, whoever they may be. All right? And as the brother put into that, hey, all the Israelites ain't black. All right? Go ahead.
Hosea 1 and 10, the latter part states. Okay, slack.
Back in Revelation 11. It says, after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them, and they stood upon their feet. And a great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Yeah, the heathen. All the heathen see us out on the highways and hedges, they ain't off. But it's ultimately what the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shemi Shah, man, and we out here, prophesying the downfall of this place. All right, so great fear ultimately in their hearts. Imagine when the apostles were first going out.
It's something simple when so-called white men see guys out here don't have guns in their hands, not out here with their pants sagging. They look organized. Just looking organized and not carrying yourself like Neanderthals. Right. That does something to the so-called white man. And those are the men he fears. If he see a bunch of guys out here pants sagging, just acting riotous, he don't care about them. They send the cops to those guys. When he sees order, he always wants to do what? Infiltrate. He does something to it. What was the head of that FBI guy? The one that said, that was his name? The FBI guy. He was like, we can't let them have no Messiah. If they're going to have one, we got to give them one. Yeah. All right? They hate to say it. They hate to see us standing on our feet and coming in the name of Yahweh Shema Shah. All right? At least know this is that great exceeding order. At least do know the truth of the scripture. They know it. Right. All right? I had a sword some years ago. You know how in Revelation the 20th chapter jumps from different areas? And it was a color Bible, and it was broke down the right way. The color changed at the different areas. And I was like, well, damn, this devil know the truth. You got it, brother.
And that's why you put so much millions of dollars into hiding. But you can't hide what the Lord got for his elect, man.
And this is why they're afraid, like you said. Remember the apostles gave that testimony of they was on 34th and 7th, and then Edomite pulled up, hopped out the limousine, said, how y'all got this? We put a lot of money into this. Billions. Think about it, the school system,
religion, rap, sports, they did all that, but we're coming back to who we are. But this why? Like the elder was saying, it ain't just that niggas coming together, they see his order. It's Judah chapter 5 and verse 17. It says, and when you read it, this Achior going into the history of Israel, starting with Abraham coming out of Ur Chaldees, all the way from us coming out of Egypt. And this is what he said about it. Judah 5 and 17. And while they sin not before their God, they prospered, because the God that hateth iniquity was with them. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles, very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs. And the temple of their God was cast to the ground, and their cities was taken by the enemy. So they get there. As long as they went with their power, they good. But as soon as they go off, we go overtake them. A little bit more. Verse 20. It says, now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. What is in Revelation 11? That's when they rejoice one another, because they realize, oh, we got these niggas to go off. They don't even know they're Israelites. But this is why they're afraid now. It says, but if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, unless their Lord defend them, and their God before them, and we become a reproach before all the world. That's what we at now, man. Right. And they know that. You got it, Ox. You got it. If I may add, the reason why the children of Israel, starting with the elect, has no iniquity, and we coming back to this truth, is because of Yahushua. You gotta mention Yahushua and the sacrifice that he made for the children of Israel, for us to have mercy and receive this truth that we have today. That's right. Bro. It's through his sacrifice the reason why we here.
That's right.
That's right. That's that root of Jesse. That's right. Isaiah 11. It's Isaiah 11, verse 10. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles see, and his rest shall be glorious. Backing you up, because Yahushua is that root of Jesse that's gathering the Gentiles, which is the remnant of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people.
To recover, man. Right? Because when you go into Romans the 11th chapter, it lets it be known that the Lord has never done away with his people, man. He didn't cast us away and said, to hell with y'all. No, it was prophesied that what? We would be redeemed. That's the whole reason why our Lord, Yahweh came.
Redeem them that was under the law. Yep. So for you to get redeemed, you have to what? Be a part of that commonwealth. You can't be another nation and you was never a part of it. All right? If your dog, the dog gets to come get your dog and take it to the dog pound, you got to go do what? Redeem that dog, but that dog was always what? Yours. Right. That lets you know salvation isn't for everybody.
Right. That's why going to adoption.
Yes.
Adoption is I'm bringing you back. How can you come back to something that you was never a part of?
And it proves that too in Jeremiah the 2nd chapter. It says, yeah, you were created to be a noble farm, but you what? Became a degenerate flint. So after that, what the Lord is bringing us back and restoring us, man. Going to what? The reconciliation.
No, you got it, brother. You got it, bro. You got it. I'll be fine. All right, I'll get to it. All right. This Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 1. For the godly said, reason with themselves.
Yeah, that's Esau Edom. Their mindset, how they think. All right? How that little beauty ass brain instructions. All right? Good, bro.
Hey, remember the book? Welcome into the mind of a maniac. When you read Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter, you're going into the mind of a maniac. Yeah, I got it.
Hey, because when you go to Wisdom of Solomon 1, it says that what wisdom shall not enter to a malicious soul. So in no way, this is for Esau Edom and the heathen. Go ahead.
Hey, we did the video, me and Quack did the video on it, talking about this next coming election. Donald J. Nero Trump is going to be what? Have the mind of what? I live in state over there. It's called St. George. Yep. So they saying, look, we're gonna give Baton Rouge to you niggas, and this is gonna be our own little territory over here.
You catch over there, we're gonna cut your head off.
Yes. That Civil War is proof.
Yep. And now they need those draconian laws to be put in place. You know, more harsh laws on crime. That's what's going to be coming in. More relaxed laws on open carry. You're going to have more of these so-called liberal states out of certain turn red and start implementing laws and say, hey, you can shoot them now. Right. That's good.
You gonna get rid of it. And that's so too. You already got laws to you know, you ain't gotta be you don't gotta be registered, you know, for your gun. Open carry anywhere.
Yeah.
What they really want you to do is wipe your brothers, wipe everybody out. You know?
Right.
But what? They so broken down and in fear, you know they not gonna do it. Okay? So when the laws get coming down, that's what lead Revelation 12 and 12 to take place, man.
Right, and also the resources, as resources start dwindling, more and more of these restaurants are closing down your franchise.
Right.
You know, that's a sign that, you know, the economy is slowing down. You gotta think, if these changes are slowing down, those are truck routes that's slowing down. Those are accounts that's slowing down. Around thousands of these various stores are shut down. That's thousands of contracts that are being lost.
Right.
Okay?
That's that Ecclesiastes chapter 12. Their doors should be shut in the streets.
Yeah,
Ecclesiastes 12.
And I looked at Mark Cuban the other day. They did an interview with him. He said AI is about to take millions of jobs.
Yep.
And he said, now my question is, what's gonna happen to those millions and millions of people? All right, but he was throwing it out there like there's gonna be civil unrest. He was saying it without saying it. I like Mark Cuban.
Hey, in the next spot, he might be changed. But anyway, they say this is the next 5 years. People don't really understand what AI is. It stands for, the acronym is artificial intelligence. That means it has the adaptive ability of a human brain. It's able to solve problems, give it a task. That's why they're utilizing AI to fix burgers, make burgers, I should say.
They trying to see Willis,
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go there. They got one down the street from our state. They're driving 18 wheelers, right? Amazon had robotic warehouse workers, right? Picking it up, yeah, that's coming too.
Ain't busting a sweat. So they leave Jake out of there.
No, this is a corporation. So those people cut off the human people, and all that revenue come to what? Man, AI gonna be so lethal, they're gonna get rid of NBA and NFL players. We're gonna be looking at fucking make believe motherfuckers. They gonna look real though.
One time I was watching this an NBA playoff, and I'm like, man, this doesn't look real. Like, am I tripping? And sometimes I really think that they've already like placed that in before.
And to back you up, when Biden was giving one of his speeches, and when he was walking to a helicopter, you saw a bit of green next to him, showing that it was a green screen generated image.
Yep. There's a lot of stuff that we see. We think we see that it's not real or that's perverted, but it's gonna be on the forefront. It's gonna be in our face. Hey, not only they gonna be they have automatic trucks, but bookkeeping is gonna be changed. Accounting is gonna be changed.
He said that. Yeah, Mark Cuban said that.
Yeah, they say they're gonna use AI to rewrite the Bible. No, I just did the research. They say they're gonna use AI to rewrite the Bible.
Yeah, they already doing it. They have rabbis that they have written down a sermon, and this one rabbi read it. He's like, "Who do you think wrote this?" Oh, he was like, "Oh, this person, that person." I know it was AI did. So they already have AI, becoming a part of, like religion, and that's the new religion. Bow down to what? The technology.
And that's how they gonna get.
you be honest with us. Right. Once AI take over, all right, nobody have jobs. What he say? He's gonna call to be ready to get that digital certificate and take what I give you.
Yeah.
Or else.
He gonna start these people out.
Yeah.
You know, by him, like putting the AI, the bots. That's all he has is bots. Putting them bots in human people's places. That starves everybody else. So you don't got no income coming in, right? You don't got no income. How you gonna pay for rent? That brings forth what? You got people living out on the streets. Going neighbor to neighbor, killing for food. Okay. So when these things take place, it's gonna be a great uproar to the people. All right. Yeah, that's a lot of millions of people gonna die off that.
Yes, famine is going to be the number one thing to usher in what the brother just broke down in Revelation 13 and 16. The call. Yeah. Look, that word calls up. The word calls in the Blue Letter Bible. It says to force one, to make one do something. Right. How can you make someone do something?
Oh, he gonna beat him to submission. That's all he gonna do is beat him to submission. You hold it. Now, when you look at Uber Eats, all these milk places that bring forth food, all you do is stay home now and eat. That's it. You don't work out. You don't eat healthy. And that, So when that food is taken from you, what you gonna do? You gonna be biting off arms, left. Cannibalism is gonna be the new thing in the earth.
Hey, all it takes is 2 days for these people not to eat, and you're gonna see total social unrest throughout these cities. Right. I'm talking about crime gonna spike up 50, 60% in some places. Because these people aren't used to not eating, man.
And what the Lord say, man is his beast, right? When you look at lions in the domesticated lions in the zoo, they're not as violent as lions in the jungle. The reason it is because hunger drives them to violence, right? That's why if you see a lion in the jungle, he's just ferocious because every day is a war to eat, and that hunger makes them ferocious. Humans are no different. When their hunger starts, their pain hit, they're gonna do the same thing as the beasts of the field.
Yeah, and they're already not in the spirit, so they flesh gonna give them away.
Yeah, quick. I mean, these people are the same people that say, F those kids. That's like, they held, memes of women throwing a child in a trash bag. Or in the trash like they playing basketball. What do you think these people gonna do within a month of food uncertainty? Those kids are going to get hate, man. Cannibalism is going to come back.
Their mind will start messing with the people. The angels gonna be working on their mind at that.
You're speaking of that, your mind will mess with you. And your Habashah prophesied Matthew 24, because the love of many gonna wax cold. No, it says, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many gonna wax cold. And I believe you go into that definition of cold, the Greek word is psycho. Psycho. And then in 2 Ezra 5, it says, when the truth get taken away, nobody got answers. Then shall unrighteousness, which is lawlessness, and incontinency go increase. That's a lack of self-control.
The man should be man of faith.
We've also had a lot of kids thinking killing their children. I was thinking that put babies in the oven. They may not eat them, but that's a pantomime or what? An example of what they're going to be doing. They be eating them.
It's gonna be real bad for these women too, because it's gonna be real. Hey, they automatically going to parents.
When society is collapsing, the weaker society are prey. Those women, don't think about it. Those women over there in South America, Central America, well, a lot of them have to lay on their back. A lot of them are submissive. They're like, oh my God, they're so submissive. Well, yeah, they come from a third world country. If they don't, they're not submissive. They can get killed. Yeah. But a term called feminicide there, that women are being killed at an exponential rate. They're a target. It goes on, it goes down in places like Honduras.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quick jump. Okay, what y'all saying about these brute beasts called women? All right, this is Deuteronomy 28 and 15. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates until thy high and fierce walls come down, wherein thou trustest through all thy land. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout the land which the Lord thy power hath given thee. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thy own body, the flesh of thy son, and of thy daughter, which the Lord thy power hath given thee in the seed. What is the seed? All right, in 2 Ezra 16, where it says you wish to go in one city, that's 15. All right, so that means you're seed dead. You've
All right? And it's 78. Talk about that. What it was. No, Luke 19. Yeah. They should have the trick of all these. Oh! On every side. Yeah. Hey, that's going to happen to the hood. Everywhere. I said that in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, you should want to go to the next city, but it won't be able to. Jacob going to get sectioned out, and they're going to get starved out. Same thing they did in between.
That's the first place they go to is on port. If you look at any apartment complex, it's only one way in and one way out. That's it. That's structured by, by people, by design. What's the game,
game everybody plays? No, not Fortnite. The one with Triple. Triple. Crazy ass Triple.
Oh, you talking about Red Water?
You know when you go to an apartment, how they is in Cali? One way in and one way out when you go in the apartment complex.
Then you got the big ass speed bumps. Make sure your whip don't get
Right.
out
The last purge. It wasn't the last purge, but it was the one with the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in Staten Island.
Yeah, the first purge.
The first purge. The one, huh? What the military went into that apartment complex and Jake was shut up and they didn't know where to go. Yep. Jeremiah chapter 15 and verse 2. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth?
So this is the word that the prophets have right now that we're giving to those that don't want to hear. Right? Go ahead.
Yes. It says, then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord, such as are condemned to death.
Go die. Hey, the scripture speaks about that in Proverbs 8:36. It says, all those that don't fear or love Yahweh Shem Shah, they love death. You know? You're not in this truth, you're not fearing Yahweh Shem Shah, you're not doing what's required, you're going to be destroyed. All right? Go ahead.
And such as for the sword to the sword.
That's right. So you was ultimately created in vain. All right, from the jump.
Go ahead. And such as for the famine to the famine. And such as for
the fourth chapter is better down to by the sword than the famine. You know, I was doing some research years ago on East Africa and Ethiopia. It's actually a civil war that's going on, man. And you have one side that's actually storming at the other side. And they had clips of this woman, she was collapsed on the ground. She couldn't get up because of lack of nutrition. People just walking past her. You gonna see that in these streets, bro. You can pass out for lack of nutrition. He's starving us, so much, you can't move. You're not drinking water enough. Being dehydrated is very hard to get up, right? But imagine after a couple of days of just being, imagine if, you go out to drink, we all done this, you get out there too much. The next day you're like, get up here, want some water. You want some water, what if that water ain't there?
Hey, before you pass out, your mind start playing tricks on you. You have that ammonia shoot up to your brain, so you're going to start seeing people like food. You're going to start eating their ass, man.
Hey, that's a beautiful point that you did too. What if that water not there? What if the prophet? What if the time of the Lord take it says, what is that? 2nd Ezra the 5th chapter, the witch shall hide itself. When the prophets are not out no more, what you people gonna do? You know? There'll be a crying for wine in the street.
Which is coming because they're outlawing these. Yes. They're outlawing the Bible.
And they got a movie coming out called Dystopia. They say the Bible's a band, and believers are going on the cycles of the moonlight. That's the bottom, bro. It's an article that I have. It says from Outkick.com. It says New York Times promotes there's a time and place for cannibalism. Okay, and that time and place is what?
Hey, the vision is set for a point in time.
Hey,
it's coming.
Who worked that one? No. Who's Lord?
Outkick.com.
Okay, Outkick.com? Yeah. I thought you said New York Times. I said, that's incredible.
Yeah. Oh, they said, that's what it is. Yeah. New York Times?
Yeah, promotes that. Yeah, that's what I said. You said New York Times.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's a mainstream, news outlet, bro.
Right, yeah. Incredible source. No, it's more. Jeremiah 15 and verse 3. And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord. The sword to slay.
Right.
And
So they gonna be getting hit with that iron. They gonna be getting hit with the missiles. All right. It's gonna be all kind of things. What?
Esau gonna have it.
Oh yeah.
Every day I know in real life, probably got 2 clips of best.
Right.
Real talk. I'm talking about even hunting Jake. He might got a box of bullets. So Jake, when it comes to getting the gun, he only gonna try to get 2 good days. And Esau gonna be just biting the shit out.
Yeah, and because the Lord didn't appoint that to be your blessing. We got the names of how I shimmy outside. All right? With that, we get everything. We win everything with that. There's no losing. You know, Lord willing, we feel the elect.
Right. In the time for us to hide ourselves, Most High's going to give us, certain signs and certain, provisions to hide us, man. To believe that. This is why what we're us gathering together. That's why it's so important, man.
You remember King David asking the sermon, should I leave this city or will the city turn on me? You remember that account?
Right.
And the Lord told him, look, you got to get the fuck. He's going to do the same thing with the brothers.
Get up out of here, man.
Jeremiah 15:3. The sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth, to devour and destroy.
Hey, these loose dogs are going to become more rampant because people are going to let their dogs go because they can't feed their dogs. So a lot of these animals will be roaming and going to be tearing people up. We're starting to see that too, bro.
Right. They had a lady in Mandeville, Louisiana. Her own pit bulls had 2 of them. Turned on and attacked her and killed her.
That's right. Hold up. So a lot of judgment is about to fix you. Yep. You know what I'm saying? But let's wrap it up, son. Y'all boys going to go ahead. Let's wrap it up.
Okay, well, thank you, man. You know, as always, Lord willing, this is edifying to the Lord's elect on them. All right, when we give all faith these, give all prayers on His glory. See ya.
Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Rakakwadash.
The apostles, the great millstone, and Ruben T12. And must be sacred and blessings to the Lord's elect, whoever they may be, and have been scattered throughout the 4 winds with the truth, the sincerity, and the diligence to that time.
Shalom.
Baba Ball.
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 Shalom.